Happy Friday, everybody. This is our last official lesson on quadrilaterals for the week. After this, you will see a game that Miss Danny and I play with quadrilaterals, but this is our last lesson with some new information for you, okay? So the first thing I want you to remember, and if you remember nothing else from our math lessons this week, remember that a quadrilateral has 4 sides. Now, nothing helps me remember something more than singing a really ridiculous and embarrassing song on YouTube. So I am just going to sing for you to make sure you remember. Are you ready? A quadrilateral has 4 sides. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. Yes, that is what it has. So you can stop the video now if that's all you want to remember. Okay, a quadrilateral has what? 4 sides. It's got what? 4 sides. So let's take a look at a couple of quadrilaterals before we go any further and just spend a little bit of time remembering their name. This is probably everybody's favorite quadrilateral and the easiest one to remember. This quadrilateral is a square, right? And yesterday we learned that this square has 2 sets of parallel lines. This set and this set are parallel. This set and this set are parallel to one another. All right, this is the last one we talked about yesterday. It's called a parallelogram. To me, when I look at a parallelogram, it just looks like a rectangle that went wonky, like this. But what we learned about the parallelogram is that it has 2 sets of parallel sides also. This set and this set are parallel. This line and this line make a parallel set, okay? But this is my question. If a square has 2 sets of parallel lines, and a parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel lines, and we also learned that a rhombus has 2 sets of parallel lines, this one and this one, this one and this one. And we also learned that a rectangle has 2 sets of parallel sides. This one and this one are parallel to one another, and this one are parallel to one another. What makes these shapes different if all 4 of them have 2 sets of parallel lines? Well, that's where we can get into our right angles. So, like I said, we've got rhombus, we've got square, we've got rectangle, and we've got parallelogram, that rectangle that went, whoop. And today, we're going to notice that one of the things that makes these guys different is whether or not they have right angles, okay? So we know from our right angle tester that a right angle looks like this, and another name for a right angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so we're going to take a look at these 4 quadrilaterals and we're going to see if they have right angles, yes or no, okay? So let's take a look first at our rhombus. Okay, if I go up to my rhombus with my right angle tester and I go like this up to the angle, we can already tell that is not a right angle, okay? It's going to be easier to see over here. If I come up with my right angle tester like this, that angle is bigger than a right angle would be, okay? I'm sorry, it's kind of hard for me to hold this so you can see. So what I'm noticing is that this rhombus does not have 90-degree angles, okay? So I'm going to go over to my whiteboard, and you could be making your notebook look like this too. You could write right angles at the top. And we know that a rhombus is a no. The rhombus does not have right angles. So I, of course, forgot to grab my marker. Let me do that now. All right. So in your notebook and on my whiteboard, underneath right angles, I'm going to write no is a rhombus. Because the rhombus, R-H-O-M-B-U-S, the rhombus does not have right angles. Okay. So let's take a look next at our square. I'm going to get out my right angle tester right here. I'm going to line it up with this line right here. And then if I slide it over, I can see that that pretty much lines up with my right angle tester. Let's try another angle. I'm going to come up to this line, and then I'm going to slide up to the angle. Boop. Yep, it's got another right angle. And actually, if I look at this square, every single one of the angles on the square is a right angle. So in my whiteboard, in my notebook, Underneath right angles, I'm going to write yes, square, because a square, yes, has right angles. Square is S-Q-U-A-R-E, square. All right, we're going to check our rectangle and our parallelogram next. So we've got our rectangle right here. Just looking at it, can you make a guess before I get out the right angle tester and see if you think the rectangle has right angles or not? Let's see. Here's my tester. I'm going to slide it up to that angle. That looks like a right angle to me. Let's test all the angles. Yep, right angle. Yep, that rectangle has a right angle. Okay, last one. Here we go. So a rectangle has right angles. So if you go back in your notebook, underneath right angles, I can write yes. I'm going to add rectangle. Okay. Let's take a look at our parallelogram. Taking a look at the parallelogram and taking a look at our right angle tester before I hold it up, what do you guys think? Do you think this parallelogram is going to have right angles? No. Let's look. So if I slide this right angle tester up, that angle's too small to be a right angle. If I try this angle, nope, that angle's too big to be a right angle. If I keep going, not a right angle, too small. And the last one, not a right angle, too big. So if you go back to your notebook, we're going to take that parallelogram and we're going to say no. The parallelogram does not have right angles. P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L-O-G-R-A-M, parallelogram. All right, now we've neglected our trapezoid today, so let's take a look at the trapezoid. I'm going to show you my right angle tester, show you the trapezoid. What do you think? Right angles, yes or no? Let's see. Too big. Too small. Too big. Too big. Okay. All right. So to our list of whether or not the quadrilateral has right angles, we will say no. That trapezoid did not have all right angles. Okay. My notebook now looks like this. I did a sort with parallel lines, 1 set or 2 set. And then I did right angles, yes or no. If you want to pause the video here to look at it, you can. Otherwise, the next video, Miss Danny and I are going to be talking more about these parallelograms and playing a little bit of a game with them. Have a great Friday. It's been an awesome week, and we'll be in touch soon.